2022 Game Awards are right on the horizon. Elden Ring has completely crushed the open world formula, and game journalists hate it. How did a game that was so heavily criticized by game developers and game journalists alike earn its place as one of the best games of the year? If you've never seen what Elden Ring has in store, then well, it's an open world dark fantasy game that is notorious for its difficulty, and it's recently been nominated for 7 categories in the Game Awards in 2022. I mean, let's be real, is it really gonna win this one? It's in competition to be the favorite to win the Game of the Year award, alongside God of War Ragnarok. I mean, come on, both of these games are amazing in their own categories, with Elden Ring having better gameplay while God of War has a beautiful, stunning story. And both really do deserve to win. But there can only be one winner, and I'd personally prefer Elden Ring to win, but it's completely fine if you do like God of War more. You and I both know that game journalists suck at video games. But why has Elden Ring been such an outlier compared to other open world games, and how does this actually work? Oh, and just a disclaimer before I start rambling, any takes in this video are my own opinions, and yes, I am very biased. I mean, how can you trust the guy's first 2 videos are about League of Legends and Genshin Impact? So feel free to disagree with anything I say. Sorry, the music's just way too good. When you first load up a game, you can customize your character. You can really customize your character. I mean, your character's handsome face is probably going to be covered by a helmet the whole game, but you can indeed customize your character. Right off the bat, the game presents you with a choice. You can either skip the tutorial, or drop down this hole to learn the ropes one by one. You'll find yourself in an open space where you encounter the hardest boss in gaming history, the soldier of God himself, Rick. When you first leave the starting dungeon, you are greeted by this massive open space. The game drops you off into the middle of nowhere and just says, do whatever the hell you want. No hand holding, no quest logs, nothing. It's completely empty. Just you and this massive open world. Oh, there's a golden knight in shining armor. That must be the guy who gives me my first quest. Wait, he's an enemy? Oh well, he can't be that hard. Yep, you're going to die. A lot. You could continue to fight this guy until you succeed. Hopefully. Or you could go in some other direction. No, not that one. You'll find some cute girl who gives you the option to level up. Then you can get stronger and finally kill this guy. Oh, right. He's optional. But at least you get this cool halberd as compensation. This is what Elden Ring does best. It gives complete freedom to players. You are the one in control, not the game. You can do your own thing. Just go anywhere you want. While other games give you a quest and tell you exactly what the rewards are, Elden Ring instead tells you nothing at all. The interface is empty, there's no quest log, so every chest you open is a mystery. Like, how this chest brings you here? Good luck. There's actually a reason to explore. There's lots of things to discover throughout the world of Elden Ring. You can find this entire underground city and die a couple more times, yet this place is entirely optional. But you still want to go through it. That's because curiosity leads you by the nose. You go out of your way to find out what bosses and rewards this place has to offer, such as an actual clone of yourself that you could summon, which is completely missable if you didn't explore hard enough. Now for the bosses themselves. There's really not much to say about them, other than the fact that they are absolutely amazing and very, very difficult. I'm gonna let you experience them for yourself. And that feeling of accomplishment when you finally defeat a hard boss after trying again, and again, and again is priceless. Although the game doesn't force you to hit a brick wall for eternity if you get stuck. There's tons of other things to explore around the map, so you can level up your stats or find some new drip that helps you fight the boss. There are plenty of weapons to try. Some of them have unique skills, like this one which shoots a giant laser. But most of them can be customized to have any skill you want. If you want to be a fast attacking samurai, then use a katana. Or if you want to cleave enemies in a single hit, then go and use a greatsword. Elden Ring's graphics are solid. Sure, they're not as refined as other games, but it's not that bad, because Elden Ring doesn't need top-notch graphics. It's how From Software perfected the dark fantasy atmosphere that makes the game so visually appealing. Everything in the map fits in. There's no random assets placed everywhere. Take Limgrave, the starting area that every player has experienced. Well, except for game journalists. It mostly looks like a normal area, yet the low hum in the music tells you something is off. As if there's something ominous hidden under the surface. And there is indeed. Literally. Look at this blue, misty area. You just know some magical stuff is gonna happen here. There's also a fully built city that you can explore. There's just so many questions to ask, like why are these guys wearing masks and attacking me? Or why is this bird so big? Everything in Elden Ring is a mystery that can be discovered through the lore. And although Elden Ring doesn't have a clear narrative, it doesn't need one. Instead, you are the story. It's your experience of various encounters, fighting bosses, and getting stronger day by day that writes the story. Okay, maybe I'm diving too deep. There is some story, but the game doesn't force feed it. You can find it by reading item descriptions and talking to various NPCs. But what are some things that Elden Ring can improve on? From Software has definitely learned from its past games to create Elden Ring, and I'm sure they can create a bigger, better game even after this masterpiece. The combat does get quite repetitive over time. When you progress further into the game, it just becomes a matter of dying and running through the same enemies. Even the bosses start getting repetitive. And the element of curiosity that was once present at the start of the game has started to run dry at this point. Even when you do find a new area, it becomes tedious to run through all the enemies in order to reach the boss, kill it, then move on to the next area, just to do the same thing all over again. Yes, the game does let you figure out quests on your own, but people are dumb, and so am I. I had to have a wiki open next to me just to find out where to go sometimes, which can definitely take away from the immersion. Maybe it's just me, but when everyone speaks in Shakespearean, it can be tough to find out where to go. There's also not much replayability in Elden Ring. There's not really a reason to go back through it again. Maybe you can change your build or explore areas that you haven't explored before. But that's pretty much all the new things you can do in the second playthrough. So imagine even later playthroughs. I mean, the difficulty does rise, but so does your skill level. Still, Elden Ring is a great game that's worthy of the title of Game of the Year. Whether you're a competitive player searching for a worthy challenger in the form of a video game, or even someone who's just playing games for fun and wants to try something new, then maybe give Elden Ring a try, and you'll love it as many others do. But do get ready to die.